Okay, today we're talking about something big, the new way to build businesses in 2025. Now here's the thing, business building used to be a grind of cold calls, door-to-door sales, and endless networking events where you'd swap business cards hoping someone actually called you back. And then the internet came along, and suddenly you could build an entire company from your laptop. But here's the problem. Most people are still using old playbooks in this new world. They obsess over tiny optimizations, copy and paste strategies, or they get stuck chasing shiny objects, new funnels, new platforms, new hacks. We see it all the time. But they never actually build something that compounds. If you want to win in 2025, you have to stop thinking about business as one-off sprints and start thinking about it as a system that builds momentum over time. I've studied companies that scaled from zero to millions a month, and the truth is, the ones that break through all follow the same underlying platforms. Different industries, different products, different people, but the growth levers are the same. We've implemented those in my businesses too. I have 4 7-figure businesses and 1 8-figure business right now, and we run this same playbook. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the new framework for building a business in 2025. Step by step, what to do first, what to avoid, and how to actually create a machine that doesn't just sell today, but sells tomorrow, next month, and next year without you starting from scratch each time. So let's start stage 1. I call stage 1 escaping obscurity, the battle for attention. Every business journey starts in the same place, obscurity. You could have the most brilliant product in the world, a service that genuinely changes lives, or an idea that could disrupt an entire industry and still fail, simply because no one knows you exist. In 2025, the noise has never been louder. Thousands of new businesses launch every single day. Millions of posts, ads, and videos fight for the same few seconds of attention. If you want to stand out, your first task isn't perfection, branding, or even referring to your offer. It's breaking out of invisibility. First, we've got to understand why obscurity is the real killer. Most businesses never fail because they run out of money. They fail because they never earn attention in the first place. Imagine you're shouting from a rooftop in a busy city. Cars are honking, music is blasting, people are scrolling on their phones. Your voice gets drowned out before it ever even begins. That's the default setting for new businesses in today's digital landscape everywhere. The hard truth, attention precedes trust. And trust precedes revenue. Of course, you can't skip that order. So we need to pick our core attention channel. Now, in theory, there are endless ways to get noticed. Cold outreach, organic content, influencer partnerships, paid ads. But here's the mistake most founders make. They try to do everything at once. The podcast here, a YouTube channel there, sprinkle in some TikToks, maybe a few Facebook ads, but the result of all of that is a scattered presence that never actually compounds. The smarter play is to pick one channel to dominate. And in 2025, that might mean YouTube. If you're building authority, it might mean TikTok if you want to ride viral trends, or LinkedIn if you're targeting B2B buyers. Whatever you choose, go all in. That means consistent posting, testing dozens of hooks, and obsessing over how quickly you can grab attention in that first 3 seconds. Take Mr. Beast as an example. Not as a YouTuber, but as a case study in attention economics. His videos don't succeed because he's the only one giving away money. They succeed because every thumbnail and every title is engineered to be impossible to ignore. Your business doesn't need a $100,000 stunt, but it does need a reason for people to stop scrolling. A common trap that people fall into is believing the market is too crowded. But there are already a dozen people selling what I sell. Sure, that may be true, but the pie is bigger than you think. For instance, a local gym might panic when 3 new gyms open up nearby. But in a city of 1 million people, they only need 200 members to be wildly profitable. The competition feels suffocating only when you think the pie is small. In reality, most people don't even know you exist, which is both the problem and the opportunity. Let's look at the first 4-hour rule. If you're under 1 million in revenue, the first 4 hours of every day should be devoted to solving the obscurity problem. Outreach ads, content, pick one, and attack it with unreasonable consistency. Because until enough people know who you are, genuinely, Nothing else matters. Okay, number 2, from noise to proof, building conviction within the market itself. Breaking out of obscurity gets you attention, but attention without proof collapses quite quickly. People might click, they might watch, they might even comment, but they won't buy until they believe that you can deliver. And in 2025, where skepticism is sky high and scams are unfortunately everywhere, proof beats promises every single time. So let's first look at why proof matters more than ever. Anyone can make a bold claim. Best coaching program in the world. Guaranteed results in 30 days. The internet is littered with these types of promises. But the problem there is that consumers have been burned too many times. They've heard the bold statements before, bought into the hype in many instances, and then often regretted it. That's why the businesses that thrive now are the ones that stack undeniable proof. Think reviews, testimonials, screenshots, demos, case studies, everything, before and after transformations. The bigger your mountain of proof, the less selling that you ultimately have to do. This becomes what we refer to as show 'em, don't tell 'em. There's a reason why TikTok reviews and unboxing drives more sales than polished commercials. Seeing someone actually use the product is infinitely more persuasive than a founder telling you how great the product is. If you want to sell a course, show clips of students achieving actual results. If you want to sell a product, capture the unfiltered reactions of real customers. The messenger and the message are inseparable at this point. Imagine 2 businesses. One says, we'll triple your results in 30 days, guaranteed. Another one says, we've helped 1,183 people in the last 12 months with an average result of X. Which one do you trust? It's always going to be the second because it's concrete. Real numbers beat inflated promises. Remember, proof doesn't just close sales. It lowers acquisition cost. When people see undeniable evidence, fewer ads are wasted, fewer leads ghost, fewer customers hesitate. Every new customer that you get becomes part of the proof machine, and that compounds your credibility over time. This is why so many breakout businesses of the last few years, from skincare brands blowing up on TikTok to SaaS plays on LinkedIn, they all lean on social proof as their marketing backbone. Screenshots, real user demos, and case studies are the currency of trust. Okay, stage 3, scale through simplicity, multiplying what works. By stage 3, you've escaped obscurity and earned trust. People know you exist and they believe that you deliver. Now comes the most dangerous stage of all, scaling. Here's where most founders get stuck. They think scaling means doing more new things, new products, new campaigns, new platforms. But the truth is actually very, very different. Scaling is about doing more of what already works. The 70-20-10 rule. That's what we like to lean into. One of the most important mindset flips modern founders make is shifting how they think about their marketing balance. Too many businesses spend 70% of their energy asking people to buy and only 30% actually giving value. The ratio ultimately kills momentum. The new model is actually reversed. This is, let's say, a simple framework. 70% double down on what's already working. Run the winning ad again, push the proven offer harder, milk the channel that's converting, okay? 20%, small variations of your winners. A slightly new angle, a fresh design, a slightly different pitch. And then just 10% on new experiments. These are the higher risk plays that might become tomorrow's winners, but if they fail, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, most entrepreneurs suffer with the opposite problem. They spend 70% of their time chasing the shiny new stuff and only 10% on the proven plays. And that is why their businesses stall or potentially even fail. Clear? Not clever. When you scale, complexity is often the silent killer. The temptation is to layer on cleverness, right? New funnels, new products, all the shiny stuff we just talked about. But the businesses that grow the fastest are the ones that stay very clear. The language is simple, the offer is obvious, and the system is repeatable. Stage 3 isn't about invention. It's about multiplication. It's about making the machine so consistent and repeatable that your growth compounds. You don't scale by being clever. You scale by being relentless. So this is where we land. We've walked through the new way to build businesses in 2025, escaping obscurity, stacking undeniable proof, and multiplying momentum until growth becomes inevitable. But before we close, let's zoom out, because this isn't just a framework. It's a reset button on how we think about businesses itself. This is the question that you have to ask yourself. Are you still building a business the old way, hustle, hacks, hope? Or are you ready to build in the new way, where attention, proof, and multiplication create inevitability? Because 2025 isn't waiting for you to decide. Hell, we're already over halfway through. The landscape is once again shifting in real time. New founders are showing up with sharper hooks, undeniable proof, and systems that scale faster than hustle ever could. And while most people are still trying to play catch up, the winners will be already compounding. So if you take one thing away from this framework, let it be this. Don't chase the big moment, the viral spike or the flashy launch, the one lucky break. Instead, build the loop. Escape obscurity, stack proof, multiply momentum, and then let that loop run until it compounds into something unstoppable. Because in the end, that is the new way to build businesses.